Okay, I want to welcome everyone to the conference call and webinar this evening. My name is John Pettifordale. I'm going to be your facilitator for this presentation today. I want to thank you for getting on this call. Some very motivated and excited person got you on here. They wanted you to hear some information about personal financial success, income shifting, all that. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, you are in for a wild ride. So take a pen, paper, take notes because I'm going to cover a lot of information. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myEcon and what we do here, and then I'm going to answer any questions that you might have at the end. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Ladies and gentlemen, I have 18 years of experience in business. I got involved in business many years ago. I used to be a shift manager for Marriott. I was working for, obviously, a Fortune 500 company. I thought I was going to work my way up the ladder, and guess what? It didn't happen. I didn't have the right last name. All the bosses, friends, and family members were getting all the promotions. So I started to look around at what I could do. I looked at no money down real estate, vending machine businesses, you named it. I checked it out. Got involved in a little thing called direct sales. Now, I didn't know anything about direct sales, but they told me that I could get something called residual income. That made sense to me, right? So I got out here and tried to fight, but I fell flat on my face like a lot of people I see in this industry. But make a long story short, a few short years later, I met a gentleman by the name of Mr. Alvin Curry. Alvin was a multi-millionaire when I met him, and he says, John, I figured out why you can't get much done. I say, why? He says, man, you don't know very much. So well, let me teach you what I know about business, money, capitalism, and finance. I was like, wow, because I had been to school, I had been to college, and no one ever showed me these things. So I worked with him for about 3,000 hours over the last decade, and I was able to retire at the age of 34. I was able to help thousands of families all over the country and cash flow over $2 million with this system that we're going to talk about today. So the name of our system is called myEcon, the Personal Financial Success Company. We're not the coffee company. We're not the juice company. We're not the travel company. We're the Personal Financial Success Company, okay? Now, just a little bit about our company. We're a 13-year-old, debt-free, technology-driven company based in Atlanta, Georgia, and we put over $400 million in people's pockets over the last several years here, and we're actually on track to put another $100 million in people's pockets over the next several years. So the question is, where are you going to be? Are you going to be one of these people that say, hey, I'm glad I did, or are you going to be one of these people that just says, you know, I wish I coulda, woulda, shoulda, okay? But let's talk a little bit about personal financial success. And I talked to thousands of people. I remember I would talk to people, and most of them didn't know what personal financial success was. As a matter of fact, they tend to think personal financial success is something like, you know, lifestyle. So they think it's the kind of car you drive or it's the kind of house you live in. But ladies and gentlemen, it has nothing to do with those things. Personal financial success is very specific. But let's talk about what it is. You got two financial objectives with personal financial success. Number one, you need income for today. So this is where people typically trade time for money. So they work a certain amount of hours, they get paid a certain amount of money, they run out of money on Sunday night, and guess what happens? They start back over on Monday morning. But one of three things is going to happen to every single one of us. Either we're going to get too old to work, decide we don't want to work, or our job is going to fire us. And when that happens, we need a second source of income. That second source of income is from income producing assets. Now, what in the world is that? Income producing assets is anything that you own that makes you money without you working. Now, think about it. When is the last time you bought something that makes you money? Most people have never done this, okay? So that's the problem, because one day you're going to have to figure out how to get money and live in this society without having to go to work every day. And the sooner you answer that question, the better. But now, let me put some numbers to this so you'll understand. Let's say you make $50,000 a year today on your job. So as a rule of thumb, you need at least 10 times what you make in a year in income producing assets. So you would need at least $500,000 to make $50,000 a year in retirement. Now, those income producing assets could be stocks, bonds, real estate, mutual funds, private businesses, anything you own, remember, that pays you what? Money. Okay? For example, $75,000 a year today, you need at least $750,000 in your IRA, your 401k, your mutual fund, or it could be a private business. The bottom line is most people need $700,000, $800,000, $900,000, maybe even $1 million+ just to retire and have the same lifestyle. And most people I know did not know that. And the other problem is they never could build a plan to get there. And we live in the wealthiest country in the history of the world. There's more money here than anywhere else in the world. And guess what? Most people are broke. But let's talk about why. Number one, there's some obstacles that stop you from getting to personal financial success. Think about all the people that went to school, got a good education, got a good job. They're working hard, hardworking Americans, and they don't have enough. Let's talk about it. The first thing is a little something called inflation. Inflation is the cost of goods going up every single year. As a matter of fact, in this country, the cost of living actually doubles every 18 to 20 years. So think about it. Your income never doubles every 18 to 20 years. How are you going to do that? You have to build leverage, folks, okay? Number two, most people make 100% of their income from something called a W-2, which means you work for someone else. And the problem here is you lose 25 to 30% of your income to taxes before you ever spend a dime to take care of your family. You have a serious cash flow problem. Now, because you're losing that cash flow, somebody's taking 30 cents every time you make a dollar. So it's very difficult to save money. So when it's time for you to make a major purchase, buy a car, buy a home, you got another issue. You can't go out and just pay cash, so you have to finance it, and it creates the third problem called debt. So think about these three things. Inflation, cost of living doubling every 20 years. That's the silent income killer. Taxes, you're losing a third to taxes. You're losing another third to just interest payments on debt. So most of the house note is what? Interest. Most of the car note is interest. And now this caused you to have the fourth problem, because now you have inadequate savings and investing. Most of your money is tied up with taxes and debt, so it's very difficult for you to invest. Now, I want you to think about this. What is the number one strategy people use to build personal financial success? Go to school, get a good education, get a good job, work hard, right? But think about it. They say, well, I'm going to get me a better job with a better company. Show me how getting a better job with a better company attacks inflation. It doesn't. Show me how it attacks taxes. It doesn't. Or debt. And as a matter of fact, if you go get more education, like some people do, they say, I'm going to get another degree. I'm going to get a master's degree. I'm going to get a doctor's degree. It makes you go further in debt. So those strategies don't solve these obstacles, ladies and gentlemen. So what I would say is we got to have better financial strategies and more cash flow. So in myEcon, we're going to teach you how to do something called income shifting. And we're going to help you income shift five separate ways, okay? So let's talk about it. The first one, correcting tax withholding. Most people in this country have their withholding filled out incorrectly. That's cash flow, okay? Number two, minimizing taxes. What if you lowered your taxes by $200, $300, $400, $500, $600 per month within 10 to 14 days? That's what happens to most people. So that's more cash flow. Number three, generating business income. This is very important. Here's why. You have to build income that you own. I don't care if you like what you do. I don't care if your job even pays you $100,000 a year. Here's your problem. You don't have any equity. You can work for somebody for 25 or 30 years and you walk away with nothing. You see, you can't give your salary to your children. You can't give your seniority to your children. If they started that same company, they would have to start off at the bottom. Your family can't afford that. Number four, debt elimination. What if you had no car notes, no credit cards, no student loans, no mortgages? You would have more money, more cash flow back into your budget. Number five, investing to build passive income. So you can't just live in America, you got to own a piece of America. How about getting paid every time someone buys or pays their Netflix, okay? Or every time someone buys from Amazon, every time someone buys from Walmart. That's owning a piece of America. You got to become an investor and start building cash flow from investments that grow, okay? Let's talk about the first one, correcting tax withholding, okay? Remember I said 80% of the people in this country overpay their taxes? That's absolutely true. As a matter of fact, that information is not from John. It is actually not even from myEcon. It is from the I, the R, and the S. They said that 80% of the people in this country get a tax refund, and that means that they've overpaid their taxes. Now, you might be sitting here thinking, well, wait a minute, John. I've been conditioned to think that my tax refund is a wonderful thing. As a matter of fact, the bigger my refund, the better. Well, actually, that's not true. I want you to go and do some homework. Go and look at your most recent tax return. I don't care if it was this year, last year, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Pull out your 1040, okay? And I want you to go to the second side on line 75, okay? On line 75, it says refund. This is the amount that you, and it has big bold letters, overpaid. So that means anytime you get a refund, you're overpaying your taxes. Now, some people say, well, John, wait a minute. If I get the money back, why is it such a big deal? You lose something called return on investment. Now, here's the problem. The average refund is $3,000, okay? Let's say for the last 20 years, you've been getting a $3,000 refund every single year. That would mean that the IRS had your money, that you gave them an interest-free loan for the last 20 years of about $60,000, and they held on to that money from about 12 to 18 months at a time. They put in their investment account, they made money on it, and you got nothing, okay? And then when you got the money back, you went out and spent it, and then you have nothing. So let me show you how you lost return on investment. What if you had that $250 per month back into your paycheck and you dropped it into your 401k for the last 20 years? Today, you would have the $60,000 plus you would have something called compound interest. You would have tens of thousands of dollars more. It would probably be closer to $100,000 today. So you lost tens of thousands of dollars in something called return on investment, okay? Now, we're going to help you not overpay your taxes, get that money back into your paycheck. Boom. Now, usually that's $200 to $300 extra dollars back into your paycheck within 10 to 14 days, okay? But now let's continue. In this country, the government gives us incentives for things they want us to do, okay? Now, I want you to think about this. If you go out and you rent a home for $1,000 a month, you get no tax deduction for this. But if you go and buy a home and pay the same $1,000, you would actually get a tax deduction for the interest paid. So the government wanted more people to do what? Own homes. How do you know? Because we gave them a tax deduction for what? Buying the home and not for renting the home. Let me show you another example. If you go out and buy yourself a Toyota Prius, you get absolutely no tax deduction. I mean, actually, you do get a tax deduction for that. You actually get up to $7,500 in tax credits going towards paying your taxes, okay? So that would save you money. But when I went out and bought my Mercedes, I got no tax deduction for that. Why? Because that's a gasoline car. They're not giving incentives for gasoline cars. They're giving incentives for going what? Going green. Well, let me show you how the employee has a disadvantage in this capitalistic system. As a matter of fact, there's two types of tax systems. There's one for the employee and there's one for the business owner. I'm going to show you how the IRS actually wants you to be a business owner, okay? We're going to show you how to start writing off your lifestyle in the form of something called tax deductions, okay? Now, let me show you how the law is very biased, okay? If you go and drive your car down to your job today and drive it back and forth, you get no tax deduction for the mileage going back and forth to that location. But if I take my car and go use it to build my business, I actually get 54 cents per mile as a tax deduction. That's the biggest form of discrimination I've ever seen. But since they put it on paper and people can choose to do it or not do it, it's not called discrimination. So here's the problem. You can choose today to become a business owner with myEcon, and we're going to show you how to write off 80 to 90% of the miles that you drive your car based on the IRS guidelines, and it's going to pick you up somewhere between $6,000 and $8,000 in tax deductions on average. Now, how does that help you? Just think about this. Every $10,000 in tax deductions will save you $3,000 or so in real cash, okay? What about that interest payment in your car note? That's now tax deductible. And remember, these are things that you're going to do what? Anyway. See, either you're gonna drive your car right now and get no deduction, or you're gonna drive the car and get a deduction. Let me show you some others. Communication. This is your cell phone. Do you have one? Of course. That's a silly question. Internet access. Do you have it? Of course. That's another silly question, right? So you're going to write off a percentage of that. Why? Because you're using it in your business. So now you pick up another $1,000 to $1,500 in tax deductions for that. What about travel? Do you go on vacation? Do you go on family reunion? Do you know if you do a business trip and then just do it in the same place that you have the family reunion or the vacation, you can start writing those things off? Now that's a $3,000 to $5,000 tax deduction for doing things that you're going to do what? Anyway. But now here's one that's great. This is a big one here. We show you how to get up to a $12,000 tax deduction for feeding, clothing, and taking care of your children. You're already going to take care of them, right? But now you do that in the form of wages as opposed to just allowance or spending money or buying school clothes or buying the Xbox. You do it through wages, and now it's all 100% what? Tax deductible. Now here's the thing. The average person will pick up somewhere between $10,000 and $30,000 in tax deductions for things they're already what? Already doing. Now, we show you how to put this on your W-4 form on your current job, and you'll pick up another $200, $300, $400, $500, maybe $600 per month there. And the average person, between minimizing taxes or not overpaying and also utilizing this home-based business strategy, you'll pick up somewhere between $200 $800 per month within 10 to 14 days. Now, here's our awesome business strategy, okay? That strategy I just showed you, number one, that was called income shifting, okay? You are shifting income or cash flow from taxes back into your house. Now you're going to use it for things like debt elimination, lifestyle, or building your investment account. We call the product that helps you do that our income shifting membership. The income shifting membership is going to have the strategy, the software, the education, okay? We'll have a software system that'll build you a financial plan. This is our flagship product, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to also have $1 million worth of identity theft protection, free and discount legal services. Plus, you're going to get our smart money credit system. Have you ever heard of credit restoration? People typically spend somewhere between $400 and $1,000 trying to get this. Guess what? You can get it included in your system here, and you're going to be able to remove all types of negative information off your report, and your credit score is going to go up, which allows you to buy things for less if you have to finance them. Plus, it could get you better car insurance rates, better life insurance rates, and you could even get the job that you might have missed out on by not having good credit. Plus, you get discount travel and corporate perks. Now, here's the thing about business. Most people I know, they don't have a powerful business idea that they can really take to the masses. So what we did is we created a business in a box. You don't have to figure out what you're going to sell. You don't even have to figure out how much it's going to cost. What you do is you plug in and you play. It's just like if you buy a McDonald's. You don't have to figure out what you're going to sell. You don't even have to figure out how much the things cost. You plug in and do what? Make money. Well, take a look at this. When you get the income shifting membership, you're also going to get a website that we built for you that's going to have products and services that people can now buy from you. And we've got some tremendous industries. What about identity theft protection? People need that. $1 million plus. They buy it from you, you get paid. The smart money credit system. They build their credit, you get paid. The cash flow manager helps people manage their finances, build debt elimination, build asset accumulation strategies. You get paid, okay? What about travel? Airfare, hotel, rental cars, and cruises. Now, here's the thing. We're not trying to make you a travel agent. I have absolutely no interest in making you a travel agent, but I think you do want to get paid on the $8 trillion travel business. So somebody buys a travel product every 33 seconds. Look at this, health and nutrition. I could go on and on about these, but I can't. We have cutting-edge nutraceuticals. We don't even have the time to cover them. But here's what I will say. We don't make you buy them. We don't want you to buy $100 a month or $200 a month or anything like that and hide it in your closet and in your trunk and all that. I have absolutely no interest in that. But if you want to buy something, you buy it. If you don't have to. And here is a great one. This is a cash cow, the Cashback Mall. See, we show you how to get paid every time you shop at Macy's and Sam's Club and Walmart and Best Buy, including up to 600 different retailers. But here's even better. How would you like to get paid every time other people shop at those places? So those are tremendous products. You can make money with those products all day, day in and day out. But here is where it just gets bonkers, okay? We're going to show you how to do something called 3 is the key to win. You want to expand your business. Sometimes when I get here, people get a little confused. They start thinking, oh no, wait a minute, John, is this one of those pyramid things I heard a lot about? No, pyramids are illegal. That's absolutely not what we're doing here. If somebody told you about the Blessing Loom or the Cash App plan and turn $100 into $800, well, those are what you call pyramids. That's not what we're talking about here. We have legitimate products and services that stand alone, even if no one joins the business, and you can make money even if you never enroll anybody in the income shifting membership. But here's why you want to expand your business. Take a look at every super successful business in America. Every super successful business has one thing in common. Doesn't matter what they're selling. They got multiple distribution points. Look at McDonald's. Do they have one or do they have many? Look at Burger King. Same thing. Subway. Same thing. Mobile gas station. Same thing. Kroger grocery store. Same thing. Walmart. Same thing. Jared. Same thing. Every business, no matter what they're selling, has multiple distribution points. So when you join this business, why would you have just one location, which is based on you? So you can expand by showing other people the income shifting membership. Who of your friends and family and people that you know would not want to lower their taxes by $200 to $1,000 a month within 10 to 14 days using a system that can help them do that? See, if you got to talk to that person more than once about this, you're talking to the wrong person. If they got to think about this, you're talking to the wrong person, even if they have to pray. you're talking to the wrong person. Because here's the problem. Their thinking got them where they are today. And if they're not happy with that, they got to change the thinking. But only the way to do that is to change the information we have. And even with prayer, I am a praying person. I believe in prayer. I love to pray. And I believe that if you're a praying person, you've already prayed about your finances, and that's why you got on this phone today. And now you got your prayers answered. The question is, what are you going to do with the answer to your prayer? But now look at this. You want to enroll 5 people into this business, okay? You want to get promoted to EVP, and then you want to put 3 people in what is called your base shop, and you'll learn more about that in training, okay? The first 2 make you an EVP, and now you get these other 3 up top. You make $65 a head every time from that point as EVP. Now, the system here is $69.95 to get started with the system, and then it's $34.95 a month to maintain it. But look what happens here. Those first 3, you make $195. Now, as they do 3 is the key. You're going to work with them. We're going to have them look at the video and all this, right? You get another $330 there, another $660, another $1,320. We go all the way down this process. You make over $84,000. What if it took just 1 week for everyone to make 3 is the key, get promoted, and drop 3 in their base shop? Well, look what happens to you. You make $84,000 in 9 weeks. What if it takes 1 month for everybody to do 3 is the key? You make $84,000 in the next 9 months. The question is, how much of it is it going to are you going to get? See, you can either start today and make money, or we can make excuses. People say, oh, well, I'm busy. Busy doing what? If you broke, you can't have those 2 things in common. You can't be busy and broke, because either you're busy and you're making money, or you're busy and broke, and that's not a good competition, right? Conversation, right? Now let's keep moving. If a person maintains this system, now here's where it just gets amazing, okay? As they maintain the system for just $34.95 a month, you're going to get paid something called residual income. See, you believe in residual income, you're just on the wrong end. You pay your Netflix bill every month. They get residual income, you don't. You pay your cell phone bill every month. They get residual income, you don't. You pay your Comcast bill every month. They get residual income, you don't. You pay your light bill, your cell phone bill, all that, right? That's all residual income. You just on the wrong end. We now have a system that you can market to someone else, and when they pay it every month, guess what? You get residual income. So think about this. Let's build a team of 500 people. A team of 10 that build a team of 50. Now you got 500. You make $27,000 plus up front. Plus, you got $3,500 a month in residual income. That's $40,000 a year that you don't even have to work for. What about 1,000 people? Okay, I put way over 1,000 people into this company. That's $55,000 up front, but now it's $8,000 per month on every single active person. We've got people at every single juncture here. We got people that make $30 a month in residual, and we have people that make over $80,000 a month in residual. It just all depends on what you do in the system. But let's say between income shifting, lowering your taxes by $200 to $1,000 a month, and making money in this business, we can get you $1,000. Now remember, some people get $1,000 on just tax savings, okay? But look, we take that money, our system is going to build a debt elimination plan. You pay off a $17,000 car in 12 months. We pay off this $8,000 visa in 5 months, and we pay off a $200,000 mortgage in 68 months, and now we're 100% debt free. We've paid off $25,000 in cash, in debt, and now we have $2,900 a month in cash flow, okay? Well, now what can you do with that? You can buy yourself a rental property every year for the next 10 years and have $500,000 worth of real estate. You can take that money and drop it into your 401k and have $500,000 in your 401k. You can go for the next 15 years and save that money, take what was going towards car notes, credit cards, student loans, mortgages, taxes, drop it in your investment account, have $1 million plus in your investment account. You see, folks, I knew when I saw this plan, it was an amazing plan. I knew it was a life-changing plan. This is the plan that retired me at 34 years old. This is the plan that changed my life. And now I teach people this concept all over the country. And the great thing about it, you're going to inherit our expertise to help you build this. You're in business for yourself, but guess what? Not by yourself. So you can sign up today. It's going to take you less than 5 minutes to get started. You want to get back with the person that invited you on this call. You're going to get a personalized website. Plus, you're going to get our world-class business income system. You're going to also get our income shifting membership. Now, look at this, folks. You're going to get the income shifting strategy. You're going to get the cash flow manager software system, $1 million worth of identity theft protection, free and discount legal services, the smart money credit restoration program if you need that. You're going to get discount travel, corporate perks, valuable tax benefits. The government is going to pay the bill. You're going to save more on taxes than it costs you to get the system, ladies and gentlemen. That's amazing. All right, you save $200, $300, $400 a month. Would you trade $35 a month for $200 or $300? Absolutely, right? I say welcome to myEcon. And now this system, ladies and gentlemen, retails and sold all day, every day for $199.95. And we did it, okay? But now you're going to get a special. We got a deal going on right now for a special price for you today for $69.95 investment to get started with us. And then it's just $34.95 a month to maintain the system. You're going to get everything you see here. The credit manager. See, people spend $400 to $1,000 on just the smart money kit, guys, out here getting credit restoration. See, you can change your life today. $69.95 gets you started, and $34.95 maintains it, and we're going to save you $200 to $1,000 a month on taxes. You got the opportunity to make $65 a head every time you refer somebody to the system. You got an opportunity to make up to $55 every time someone else refers somebody. You can change your life building residual income. We call this whole process the income shifting membership. We're income shifting on taxes. We're income shifting with commission. We're income shifting from debt. We're income shifting with investments. You can get all the cash flow that you ever wanted with the 5 cash flow streams of myEcon. So I want to thank you for getting on this call today. I say welcome to personal financial success, and I look forward to seeing you at the top.